Okay, we need all of our pieces, all of our assembled pieces. So what we need is our lining inside out, both of our handle pieces, completely finished, and our bag, our main bag piece. Now this one, yay, we get to turn it right side out. Are you ready? Here we go. Turn it right side out. Make sure those corners are nice and pushed in on both sides. And then we're going to assemble the whole bag. Now, the next part is going to seem very strange, but trust me, it works, okay? So we're going to take the lining and we're going to put the bag right side out inside the lining. Just like this. And see, it's not pretty how you do it. You just have to get it in there. But you do want the edges, the raw edges at the top, these raw edges right here, to match. So just kind of massage the bag down until those raw edges match. And we're going to pin it so it won't come apart on you. Now, again, with these side seams, you want one seam to go one way and one seam to go the other way so they interlock in there and make it really nice. But that we're going to kind of hold down when we sew it. Now, the next step is to take our handles and we're going to insert them in the bag. Okay, so see how the handle is coming out, the end is right here, both ends are right here, and it's making a U shape inside the bag like that? That's correct. The handle should be down inside the bag. And you want the handle to stick out about a 1/2 inch from the top of the raw edge. You want it to be even from both side seams. And then you're going to place a pin right in there to hold that in. Then you're going to reach in here and get the other side of the handle. And again, pin it about a 1/2 inch above the top of the bag. And you're going to do this again with the other side. So this is the bag with the handles. See the handle edges sticking up, completely put together, and we are going to get ready to sew it. And after that, a couple more steps and we are done. Okay, so if you notice, I am using a different sewing machine at this point. I will go back to my other one to show you exactly what to do. But I do want to show you that if you have a free arm machine, to make it a free arm, you just go ahead and slide off this piece and set it aside. And so this makes the free arm, where the fabric will go nicely all the way around. And you just slide the fabric on, or the bag, and you want to make sure that you start at a seam. I am actually going to show you this on the other machine if you do not have a free arm. Okay, so opposite of the free arm machine, if you do not have a free arm, the easiest way to do this is to actually put it in the opposite way, where the batting part of the bag is still on the inside, but it's actually going to be sewn on the top. Okay, and we're going to use our 1/4 inch stitch, and you do want to start at a seam. And it's okay that the bag looks like this. You want to go ahead and straighten it out as you sew. Okay? Now, a really important part is that you want to reinforce when you go over the handles. You do want to make sure that they're fairly straight looking. So when I go over the handle the first time, then I'm just going to back up and go back over it again. We want to make sure those handles stay in there no matter what you have in your bag. And see how my bag isn't quite exactly right? That's okay. All of this is going to be on the inside. You're not going to see it at all. Don't make it too thick. You don't want to make it, like that. But just a little bit sticking out is totally fine. Okay, and please note, that we are sewing all the way around the top. We are not leaving an opening. That was what the opening in the lining is for. Okay, so we have sewed all the way around the top of the bag, and notice that the handles are sticking out. I am going to be cutting off this little piece of batting here on either side. I only had extra batting on one side of the handle, and I'm just going to cut them off so that it's a little bit less bulky on the inside. But you do want to make sure that you leave this little bit right here. It makes the handle a little bit stronger. So you want to turn the bag to where the lining, where you had that opening in the lining. And you're just going to open the lining and pull the main bag part through that first. And it does take a little bit. You do have to pull a little bit hard, depending on how big the hole is. Hopefully I did a good job of marking those holes for you. And so we're just pulling that bag through there, and the handles are coming right through as well. And you notice how the lining is starting to come through also. So we're just going to keep turning it till the lining is right side out as well. And the lining will be facing one direction, and the bag will be facing the other direction. Now we need to go over to the sewing machine and make a nice little stitch really, really close to this edge right here, so that the lining is closed and nothing will fall through into the lining part like quarters or something. And we're just going to close up this hole, just like this. You don't need to go all the way to the top of the bag. Okay, you have one more step to do and one more sewing to do, and you are done with your bag. What you want to do is you want to pull apart the main bag piece so that the lining kind of falls inside the bag. And you want to tuck it in there really nice and neat. And you want to make sure that at the top that the lining is on the inside and that the rest of the bag is on the outside. You don't want it like this, and you don't want it like that where the bag's on the inside. You want it so that that seam is right there at the top. And then our next step, once we get it all nice and tucked in there, is going to be to sew around the edge, close to the edge, and do a top stitch and finish it up. Okay, again, we are going to top stitch around the edge of this bag really close to the edge, because you want to make sure that you grab that little part of the handle that we left sticking down in there. Now, if you have a free arm machine, you can do this just like when we put the bag together, just slide the bag on, and so this main part will be on the outside. But I'm going to show you, if you don't have a free arm, how you can do it. Again, you want to start at one of the side seams. The reason we start at the side seams is because it looks a little bit messier when we first start out and when we reinforce than it does when we're actually just sewing on the main part of the bag. And we're just going to follow all the way around, making sure that the lining is on the inside and the main bag part is on the outside. And you do not need to reinforce over the handle part at this point. This is just to give it an extra little hold. You did it! Your bag's complete! Now, please take a look at my straps. One of them is a nice U shape, and when you turn it the opposite way, they both go that way. Well, this one here, look at what I did on purpose. I made it so that you need to make sure that your straps are going both the same way when you put them in. You did it. Congratulations. I will have on my website, jlbug.com, refills for these, so it will not come with the DVD, but it will come with all of the other things that you need to make another bag. Be careful, they're really addicting. Have fun sewing!